Almost everything that goes wrong at a British traffic stop goes wrong in the 90 seconds after the officer has finished with your paperwork. Not during the stop, after it. The blue lights, the wound down window, the licence handed across. That part is nothing. That part the law hands him for free. He can pull you over on an empty road at midnight for no reason he has to explain, and there is nothing you can do about it, and nothing you should try to do about it. The stop was never the game. The game is the 2 minutes that come next. Because here is the thing nobody tells you. Stopping you cost the officer nothing, but building a case out of that stop that cost him your cooperation, your answers, your permission, the inside of your car. None of that does the law simply hand over. Every bit of it has to be extracted from you, and there is a small set of friendly practice lines designed to do exactly that, to turn a routine pullover into a conversation, the conversation into notes, the notes into grounds, and the grounds into a search. 6 of them. I think of them as an extraction kit, and you'll tell yourself it's fine. You've done nothing wrong, so you'll be helpful, you'll be chatty, you'll be on your way in 2 minutes. That instinct to be the decent cooperative one is the exact instinct the whole kit is built around. Now, 5 of those 6 lines the law runs with or without you, but one of them, is a move where the officer is completely powerless unless you help him, where your own voice becomes the warrant, the only warrant he'll ever get. And most drivers hand it over with a shrug and a smile inside the first 30 seconds. Stay with me, because I'll show you exactly which one it is, and I'll give you a single sentence that shuts down all 6 at the same time. One calm line, completely legal, that you can say from either seat of the car. And then I'll show you the 7 words that come after it, the ones that decide whether you're sitting there all night or driving home. Because that final line is the one that catches even people who are sure they know their rights. I'm Oliver Bennett. For 15 years I stood next to drivers in police stations and interview rooms across England and Wales, cleaning up conversations that should never have happened at the roadside. This isn't legal advice. It's the plain English version of what I wish every driver in this country carried in their pocket before the lights ever came up behind them. Let me be clear about the stakes first, because they're bigger than a fine. A 2-minute licence check becomes a chat. The chat becomes a line in a notebook. The line becomes a reason to look closer. Looking closer becomes a search. And a search, even one that finds nothing, becomes an hour at the side of a road. Your boot emptied onto the tarmac, and sometimes a great deal worse. All of it flowing from a few polite sentences you volunteered because it felt rude not to. That's what this video exists to stop. And I want you to understand how quietly it happens, because it never feels like a trap while it's being set. One driver put it plainly afterwards. The officer had nothing on him. They chatted for a minute at the window. He was friendly. He answered a few easy questions about his night. And the next thing he knew, the back door was open and hands were going through his shopping. He never refused, because he was never really asked. He'd been so agreeable that a search felt like the natural next step. And by the time it was happening, the moment to say no was long gone. That's the whole danger in one picture. It isn't that people cave under pressure. It's that they're helpful right up until the second it costs them. So, here is the sentence. Learn it like your own registration plate. Officer, here's my licence. I'll follow any lawful direction you give me, but I'm not answering any questions, and I don't consent to any search. That's it. Say it once tonight out loud so it's yours before you ever need it. In a moment I'll take it apart, word by word, and show you what every clause is quietly doing. But first, you need to see what the law genuinely puts on the officer's side, because getting these next 90 seconds wrong is precisely how an ordinary stop turns into an arrest. There are things you must do, and I'll always tell you those straight. 1. You must stop. A constable in uniform can require any vehicle on a road to stop under section 163 of the Road Traffic Act, and failing to stop is itself an offence. 2. As the driver, you must give your name and address and produce your driving licence. That's sections 164 and 165 of the same Act. You can produce the documents later at a station if you don't have them on you, but the name and address you give. 3. If you're lawfully required to provide a breath specimen, you must blow. Section 6. Refusing a preliminary breath test without a reasonable excuse is a crime in its own right and a serious one. And 4. You follow law